Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and all I can say is I apologize for the delay in doing my review of Build-A-Figure Child. It would have been probably a couple weeks ago. However, in Hasbro's new environmentally packaging, half of my child's face was missing. Now, I did go to them originally for replacement because, as far as I'm concerned, it's the manufacturers that have messed it up. However, they sent me back to the toy distributor, so I guess they make the claim back. So I did go back to Comics and Cartels, which is where I got this 4-way for, and they're really good folks there, etc. And they, I just sent them pictures, etc. And then they just, I just had to send it back free of charge, and I got a replacement. And I guess they put in some form of claim back to the manufacturer, but it just felt a little bit disappointing, etc., because I didn't feel like it was the retailer's responsibility to solve it. But again, I'm not an expert on retail distribution, etc. So anyway, so here is Child. So at first I thought the head was too small, but however, I looked at various different pictures from classic tales to probably more recent, and there is some heads that are massive, some that are small, and yeah, it's just a mix. So he's got this sort of not a dark green, it's sort of like a light green in certain areas with a little bit of darkness everywhere else on pinnacle areas, and I'm not sure that was the right word to use. I'm not gonna lie, this body mold has probably been used before. I love the scales on the hands, and he's got some nice nails. It would have been nice if they were painted differently. Like I said, I can't remember every single detail of this figure, etc. You got this nice little head going on here. I think it was the fins here. I felt like they should have been bigger and more, what's the word? More of a presence in the figure. But it didn't. We get these nice little pants, nice belt there. There's a bit of paint smear there, which is a little bit annoying, a little bit disappointing. He's got these beautiful two toes. So at least he doesn't have to spend ages when he's picking his toenails, I guess, which is quite cool. And the details just carry on throughout the whole body. And this scale piece is really beautiful. That just looks really nice. And, you just know that if you were to go for this part of the body, you're probably not going to crack the shell. This is sort of like an armor for him as far as I'm concerned. So it's great because the reason I find it so great is because I know Marvel Legends have been around for over 20 years, but the fact that we are getting figures that I would have never dreamed of. I tell you what, if it was still Toy Biz, not Hasbro, we wouldn't be as far in terms of character releases if we were with them. That's my honest opinion. I feel like we wouldn't be this far. And don't get me wrong, it's been painful. There have been some really dark times in that Hasbro era where X-Men was very neglected. We used to get like one wave a year, maybe a couple extra figures, etc. But now we get maybe 2 and some specials throughout the year. I was hoping for more with this being the 60th year, but there's still 6 months to go. There's still time. Sorry, Chamber is there for a reason. You got this little dude, I can't remember his name, and you just put him on there, and he just he's just like a cat, really, and he just, does cat things. I do like this little figure, he's pretty decent. So you do get him as well, and he is part of the Starjammers. So in fact, so let me put that on there. Let's bring in Christopher Summers just for a size comparison, so you can see Christopher Summers here. It's a nice size, and I feel like that is a nice size for Child because he is a lot bigger than the other Starjammers, and let's hope we get some more Starjammers later in the year. So in terms of articulation, so you've got this little piece here where you can bring the neck right down and up, and you have to bring it up to open the mouth, etc. He's got this beautiful black tongue in there, some nice teeth, but if you bring it down just slightly, you lose that space that the jaw would drop in. So if you want his jaw open, you gotta lift it up a bit. It's very cool. Head can go all the way around. You do expose the neck if he's looking that way. Not that he would, because he can only look forward. The arm can go around 360. Can lift it up like that. There is movement on the ball joint. There is movement on the bicep. There is just a single on the elbow, which is a shame. Spin on the hand, and up, and down, and a turning all around. He's got an ab, crunchy, crunchy, crunch. He's got a swivel on those nice pants of his. He can almost do the splits. He does have a ball joint in up there. It's not pinless. I mean, the arms are sort of pinless. It's not pinless on the legs, but it's not like it's in your face. And at least it's painted. Lift it up like that. You got a lefty, a righty, an upsy, and a downsy. So he has the usual. Sorry, just knock the course chair out of the way. So we have some nice articulation with this figure. So what have we got left? We have 7 figures. So I'm going to count down my worst to my best. So firstly, we are going to bring in Big Time Letdown Quinton. The reason Quinton's in at 7 is because, well, it's not special. It's a normal body mode, and there's just nothing exciting here, to be honest with you. The fact that he actually hasn't got a trigger finger for the gun is even more annoying. Then we are going to bring in... Oh, man, this is a tough one. We're going to bring in Emma Frost. Even though she is gorgeous and looks really cool, I feel like these shoes will make her fall over. That's my only argument there, really. Then I'm going to bring in Fang. Fang is really cool. I really do love how this figure looks. It's just luck of the trade, to be honest with you, that he is in this position. Put you in there, Fang. There we go. Don't scare anyone. Then we got Christopher Summers. He does look very, very nice. I do like this figure quite a bit. And I'm pretty sure that I've gone in the wrong direction now. Yeah, actually, that was in the direction I thought that I was going in. But I've gone down this direction now. This is my worst to best. Then we have Cyclops. Now, it's probably because Cyclops is one of my favorite characters. Especially this sort of era leading up to the decimation of mutants, where he became the leader of Utopia and try to bring them back from extinction. However, the biggest flaw with this, you do not get an alternative head with just a normal Cyclops face. I wanted some gritted teeth in there. And oh my goodness, what were you thinking, Hasbro? You made what could have been the perfect figure not perfect, just because you couldn't be bothered to give us a head because you thought it cost too much money. Then I'm going to go with Chamber. Yes, that's right. I am going to go with Chamber. He has this amazing effect. However, I felt like there should have been a hole in the chest, etc. However, this figure does allow you, and I'm really sorry to the YouTuber that mentioned this to me, you could use him to be a Ghost Rider body, or even all new X-Men Cyclops if you wanted. You know, he is slim he is called Slim for a reason. And then, like I said, I have no idea how I ended up in this direction. But Monet is number 1, like she was going to let anybody else take the number 1 spot. It's Monet, for goodness sake. This is a beautiful figure, beautiful generation figure. I love the head sculpt. I love how this looks. It looks absolute quality. So there you go. There is my worst to best. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with my selection or disagree with my selection? Who would have got your number 1 spot? If you look at these figures, it's great from a character perspective because we've got lots of different characters, but there is nothing overly special here, if that makes sense. It is an ordinary release of figures. I just thought I'd point out. I also like the variety as well. Variety is important for collectors. And with X-Men, they've got so many different eras to cover. So, for example, they could be covering Krakoa. They could give us a bit of Generation X, a bit of Starjammers, a bit of Astonishing X-Men, maybe another Imperial Guard. They could do this for another 3 waves Maybe, if I've done my maths right. Anyway, let's just take one more look at Ch'od before we wrap this up. And I tell you what will be great is when we get more Shi'ar Empire, more Starjammers, throw in some classic X-Men. You've got the Phoenix Saga. You can create a display piece, which would be really like the greatest thing ever as a fan. And long overdue. But for now, I will have to settle for this piece. So just to wrap it up, I'm really happy with this Ch'od Build-A-Figure. It is a great addition to my collection, and one that has just enhanced it completely. I hope we see more Starjammers, we see more Shi'ar Guard, etc., and so forth. That's what I want. I just want every X character there is in the universe. But, you know, baby steps, and we've got 2 characters in one wave from the Starjammers. So it is a brilliant start. So let's hope it continues in the background. So I hope you like my video. If you do, please support my channel by subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to watch this. Thank you to those that are always subscribed to my channel. Appreciate you folks a lot. Make sure you look after yourself. Very important these days. As always, embrace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.